I'm ready. What up? Let's get to it. So as we know, OTAs, week one, what? Day 1 through 3 officially over. But that's not the biggest news. That's not the biggest news. I'm gonna get into the article, possibly some videos, but Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah received an extension. I repeat, Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah has received an extension. And it's time. It's been time after the free agency he had, the Vikings had, the players they acquired, correct? That man was overdue. That man was overdue. No, not to compare him to O'Connell to him, but at the end of the day, if O'Connell got an extension, you expected soon thereafter the extension would come for Kwesi. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter when it came, it's here. And the Vikings' new regime is set in stone. Now, how long, how many years did he get extended? Maybe it's in the article, maybe not, but no one really knows, correct? But the bottom line is it's still dealt and delivered. Kwesi is the GM for the Vikings for numerous years to come. That's great news, man. Great news, homie. Great news. I love it. I'm here for it. I want some more of it, dog. And now Kwesi can really move and just feel free, correct? No extension hanging over him, him wondering where he will be in the next 5 years, 6 years, whether he has to move his family up and move, right? You dig me? You get my drift? He knows he will be a Viking. Now he can really get down to the nitty gritty and simply focus on obtaining the ultimate goal, which is what? Super Bowl, homie. Hopefully, preferably multiple Super Bowls, dog. But first, you got to get that one. You got to get that one, correct? And the Minnesota Vikings and Kwesi are on the right trajectory. I've said it numerous times. I'm excited about the present, now the moment, and the future about this team, bruh. Young talent across the board, veterans across the board. They say Jalen Ramsey might fly and come and be inserted into the building some way, somehow. I wouldn't be mad at that. Oh no, dog. But they're edging closer and closer, closer and closer. You hear me? To that Super Bowl victory, to that Super Bowl title to really make history, homie. But shout out Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah. He got the extension that he deserved. Pay the man, give him the guapino. He's done a great job. For me, like I say, this offseason, the players he acquired sealed it for me. Left no questions, no debating who Kwesi is as a GM. Huh? I don't want to hear about Ron Poles, the GM for the Lions. Let's talk about what Kwesi did in such a short time frame with the lack of funds. You can never forget that, the lack of funds, huh? Look at the Chicago Bears, the Detroit Lions, right? The Packers. They've all been in pretty good situations financially. Now, the Packers just overpaid, I repeat, overpaid for Jordan Love, correct? But they've been in overall good cap space situation. But Kwesi, he was damn inherited a cluster fuck, bro. I'ma just say it. All vulgar, all really, you're gonna cry about it, cry then. But he came into a mess. Not only a mess financially, bro, turmoil in the building, a culture shock, right? Disagreements between the GM and head coach. They weren't even talking. Team morale low. And what has he done in 4 years? A short time span. Changed the culture, changed the energy, changed the bank funds, guapino. This is a much better team all around the board. Built the trenches, huh? You hear me, dog? And we know players must stay healthy. All right, boom, I get that. But at the end of the day, dog, Kwesi has done a great damn job. And people need to put some respect on his name. Some respect on his name. I know it's still questions. He still got to prove it. His team still got to prove it. We know that. We know that, right? No shit, Sherlock. But we know what's up. Kwesi has went above and beyond. Above and beyond, homie. His coaching staff loves him. His players love him. He's built a brotherhood, a relationship, a family around the organization, something that's very rare, doesn't come easy. You see how the Bears are in shambles. They got a quarterback who don't even want to be around yonder. You hear me, dog? So shout out Kwesi and respect, bro. Period. I'm going to get into the article and really break it down. More news, Mekhi Blackmon turning heads, looking good at OTAs. This is great for him. Who expected him to return so fast? Once again, similar situation to McCarthy, but a more horrific injury. But shout out to the Vikings physical therapists, training staff, nutritionists, rehab group team, etc., etc. The way they built Mekhi Blackmon back, got him looking good in OTAs, in a small amount of time. I'm expecting big things from Mekhi Blackmon, homie. I ain't even gonna cap. He would have had a breakout season last year if it were not for that injury. And we know how hard ACLs are, hard to bounce back from, recoup from, come back 100%. But the way he's moving and grooving on that field, I'm gonna get into some of the videos later. But man, dog, true blessing, a rarity, period. But that shows you got to respect the work he's put in. He could have bowed out mentally. He could have folded, gave up, gave in. I'm sure he had negative thoughts. I'm sure he wanted to give up, wondering was it all worth it? But no, he killed that noise, bro. He didn't let those negative thoughts get to him. Correct? He said, "Forget all that. I'ma grind, grind, grind. Period." Rehab, mental rehab, whatever, physical, whatever, he made it through. He fought back. No, he's on the field turning heads at OTAs, and he will be a starting corner. Period. Heavy. Let's get into these articles, man. But an exciting time to be a Vikings fan. An exciting time just for the organization. Finally feels like things are really headed in towards the right direction. What we've been waiting for years, homie, for years, right? Especially towards the end of Kirk Cousins' career, right, as a Viking, Mike Zimmer, Rick Spielman's career as a Vikings GM and the head coach. We've been waiting for this for a long ass time. Not only that, but the trenches to be solidified, the trenches to be competent, right? To finally be able to move bodies, protect the quarterback, They've been getting away with it because of the great coaching, great players, Period. Man, the time is coming. The time is now. Let's go, bro. Man, fire them comments up. Are you excited? Are you excited about this season coming up? Not only this season, no dog, seasons to come, period. Let's get it, man. First, we're going to get into Kwesi and his whole extension. Come on, bruh. God, man. What a great time. What a great time to be a Vikings fan, homie. That's what it's about round yonder here. Let's get it. Vikings GM Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah agreed to terms on multi-year contract extension. Let's get it. Excuse me. Though it took a bit longer than expected, the Minnesota Vikings have locked up their general manager. Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah and the Vikings have agreed to a multi-year contract extension. NFL Network insiders Ian Rappaport and Tom Pelissero reported on Friday, per sources. The club later announced the new deal, which came together on Thursday night, the insiders reported. Kwesi's leadership, vision, and collaboration with our coaching staff has positioned the Minnesota Vikings for sustained success. Vikings owner President Mark Wilf said in a statement, his dedication and forward-thinking approach have been instrumental in shaping our roster and future. And we are confident that under the guidance of him and Kevin O'Connell, we will continue to compete at the highest level as we pursue a championship for Vikings fans. The Vikings are also promoting Ryan Grigson and Demetrius Washington to assistant general manager roles per Pelissero. And Ryan Grigson, people say what they want to say about him. It's been some negative connotations about him, but at the end of the day, bro, I feel like Ryan Grigson has been a good associate, a good benefit to Kwesi. Like I say, change of scenery is everything. Atmosphere, just being around a new staff, a new coaching staff, a new energy can help a lot. So let's not sit and dwell on Ryan Grigson's past, the mistakes he has made in the past, correct? Drafting players, trading players, etc., etc. Let's focus right now what he's doing in the moment. Heavy. The two have been Adolfo-Mensah's top lieutenants since he arrived in Minnesota, Pelissero noted. The Vikings agreed to an extension with head coach Kevin O'Connell on January 21st. Upon the announcement of O'Connell's extension, Rappaport and Pellicero reported talks with Adolfo Mensah were ongoing. 4 months later, Adolfo Mensah has his extension, and the head coach GM union in Minnesota is locked up for the future. I'm beyond excited to continue this journey with the Minnesota Vikings, Adolfo Mensah said in a statement regarding his extension. This organization means so much to me, and I've always believed in what we're building here. From the ownership to the incredible staff, there's a true commitment to creating a winning culture with the goal of competing year in and year out. I'm thankful for the trust the Wilf family has placed in me, and I'm thrilled to continue leading our football operation alongside Coach O'Connell. Respect, salute, shout out to the Wilfs as well. For a long time, we thought, oh, are the Wilfs in the way? Are the Wilfs in the damn way once again? But I'm glad they realized, hey, boom, okay, we're the owners. Okay, we run this for real. But it's time for us to step aside. Let Kwesi cook. Let Kwesi work, huh? And that's what they did. And you got to respect it. I know you seen me go off on the Wilfs. Some may say disrespect the Wilfs. But at the end of the day, much respect, much love to the Wilfs, homie, period. Minnesota has welcomed my family with open arms, and we embrace the sacrifices that come with chasing the ultimate prize, knowing what it will mean to be the best fan base in this great state. While we've made significant strides already, our focus will remain on building a team positioned as a perennial contender. This extension signifies we are on a solid ground with the long-term vision we have set. And I'm incredibly excited to work with this group of talented people as we continue to push the boundaries of what this franchise can achieve. Let's go, baby. The 43-year-old Cam and 40-year-old KOC have, in a sense, been a package deal since both arrived in Minnesota ahead of the 2022 season. The Vikings have gone 34-17 with a pair of playoff berths since. Let's go, man. Make it work, make it shake. Adolfo Mensah began his NFL career with the San Francisco 49ers in 2013 as a manager of football research and development. He eventually made his way to the Cleveland Browns as the vice president of football operations from 2020 to 21 before heading to the Vikings. With his own deal now done, Adolfo Mensah will keep busy fine-tuning the team on the march to an eventual 90-man roster. Adolfo Mensah is fresh off a busy and fruitful start to free agency, followed by an active draft. The team re-signed running back Aaron Jones, traded for running back Jordan Mason, re-signed cornerback Byron Murphy, convinced safety Harrison Smith to return, and bolstered both sides of the line with the additions of offensive lineman Will Fries and Ryan Kelly, along with defensive linemen Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave. Minnesota's 5 rookie draft class is headlined by first-round guard Donovan Jackson, who is starting, who is coming in as a starter, expected starter, let's get it, and third-round wide receiver Ty Felton, but Adolfo Mensah also pulled off the only trade that involved an active NFL player during draft weekend, acquiring Sam Howell from the Seattle Seahawks to bolster his quarterback room behind 2024 first-rounder J.J. McCarthy. Let's go. The biggest offseason headline thus far has been whom the Vikings lost, though, as the quarterback Sam Darnold departed for those same Seahawks in March. Get him up out of there, get him out the building. It is what it is. Darnold had a career renaissance in Minnesota prior to the last 2 games of the season, including a wild card loss to the Los Angeles Rams. With Darnold gone, the Vikings appear to be all system go with McCarthy, who's coming off knee surgery after tearing his meniscus in last year's preseason. The fate of his newest draft haul is still far from being determined, but Adolfo Mensah's previous draft record has been a looming concern. There have been more busts and question marks than hits. Cam's first 2 picks overall in 2022, first-rounder Lewis Seen, trash, and second-rounder Andrew Booth, trash, are no longer on the team. Minnesota had 2 first-rounders in 24, but of course, McCarthy was dealt a horrible injury, and Dallas Turner didn't start a game and earned a 55.2 pass rush grade from PFF. He did hit on the 2023 first-rounder Jordan Addison. Overall, Adolfo Mensah and O'Connell have been a pairing that's delivered a winner to Minnesota more often than not. The two will remain together for the long haul, looking for bigger and better results ahead. Let's go, man. Let's go, homie. SKOL Vikes. And even with through all the mistakes, the bad draft classes, bad players, first round playoff exits, etc., they still stood tall. They still stood tall, homie. That's what matters. They didn't fold. They didn't give in. They didn't get worse. They learned from their mistakes, learned from the failures, Turned the losses to wins, took it on the chin, and got better and grew. Now you see it coming all to fruition, and that's what it's about, baby. You hear me? Hands down, man down. So I don't care about the previous draft class, the previous players, the previous seasons. We are in the moment. Focus on this moment now. Heavy, homie. From OTAs, right, all the way up into the first snap of the regular season, bruh. That should be their main focus. Forget all that in the past. We moving forward, right? Moving forward, bruh. SKOL Nation Vikings fans, we know what it is, baby. What a great time to be a Vikings fan. Let's get it, bruh. Next article, let's get into it. No need to waste time. We got Mekhi Blackmon. I said previously, Mekhi Blackmon turning heads. That's saying a lot off the injury he's returning from, correct? Period. Cannot deny that fact, bro. Once again, ACL injury, tough as hell to recoup from 100%. Most players, boom, out of there, finito, career over, right? Career legacy over. Not Mekhi, though. Let's get it. Vikings former third-round draft pick turns heads during OTAs. The Minnesota Vikings are heading toward the 2025 regular season with few question marks on their roster beyond quarterback. Cornerback, however, is one of them, making Mekhi Blackmon's return good news for the Vikings. Blackmon, 26, was the number 102 overall pick of the 2023 draft. He appeared in 15 games as a rookie, starting 3, but missed 2024 after tearing his ACL in the first training camp practice. Part of the game, part of the process, homie. And let's not forget the fact that he was the best cornerback performer his rookie season. You hear me? Blackmon is back on the field during organized team activities this year and turning heads. Mekhi Blackmon looking good about 10 months after his ACL tear. The Vikings fan page posted on X on May 30th, along with the clip of the third-year pro going through a drill on the practice field from the team's official Instagram. Let's check it out. Salute, respect, much love to Mekhi Blackmon, homie. You hear me? Proud of that dude, dog. The work he put in. You hear me? Let's get it. And not too much, but let's run it back one more time. But boom, footwork there. Explosiveness there, homie. You see he got the knee brace on. But to bounce back so quick, that says a lot about his work ethic, his mind frame, homie, all that. The Vikings training staff, all that, homie. Let's get it. Blackmon suffered the injury 310 days before the video, to be exact. Vikings QB, Vikings cornerback, my bad. Vikings cornerback, Mekhi Blackmon suffered a torn ACL in the first practice of training camp today, per source. NFL's Tom Pelissero reported on X on July 24th. Why they recanting that though, huh? You know why they reminiscing on that news though. Tough blow for Minnesota and Blackmon, who played in 15 games, 3 starts as a rookie last season. The Athletic's Alec Lewis noted that it was an absolutely brutal development for both Blackmon and the Vikings. Okay, forget all that, kill all that damn noise, right? Mekhi Blackmon's return, good news for Vikings. Facts. Let's talk about that. Forget the report of the injury, correct? Let's talk about him returning and leave it at that, huh? While we reminiscing on old shit. As of May 31st, the Vikings roster has 10 players listed as cornerbacks on the team's official website. Only one of them, Byron Murphy Jr., started games for the team in 2024. Though the team is high on youngster Dwight McGlothern, an undrafted free agent in 2024. They signed former Detroit Lions first-round pick Jeff Okudah in free agency. Vikings defensive coordinator Brian Flores likes ex-Philadelphia Eagles cornerback Isaiah Rodgers, per head coach Kevin O'Connell. However, Blackmon offers a chance at a homegrown solution for the Vikings, who endured tremendous losses at the position in 2024. In addition to losing Blackmon, 2024 fourth round pick Kyrie Jackson, rest in peace, Kyrie Jackson, he will never be forgotten, homie, was killed in a car crash in July of that year. Then the Vikings traded Andrew Booth and second rounder in 2022 to the Dallas Cowboys and waived his draft classmate and fourth round selection of Caleb Evans during last season. Murphy, 27, signed a 3-year, $54 million contract to return to the Vikings in free agency. Well deserved. He was drafted by the Arizona Cardinals, though leaving Blackmon as the only cornerback on the Vikings roster who was drafted by the team. It was a notable landmark given the organization's recent decision. Let's go, man. Vikings general manager Kwesi Adofo-Mensah has faced heavy criticism over his draft record, including the 2024 class, with both first-round picks playing very little or not at all. Injuries, like with Blackmon, played a part in that. Correct. You can't control injuries, right? Still, the Vikings' decision to extend Adofo-Mensah's contract was a bold declaration of their faith in his ability to keep the franchise headed in the right direction, huh? It could also indicate they are less worried about cornerback issues than outside voices. And like I say, we never know. And you got to ask yourself the question, huh? Is the cornerback room lacking that much in depth now? With Mekhi Blackmon returning, Akuda in the building, Murphy Jr. Can't forget about Dwight McGlothern. This could be one of the best cornerback rooms when it's all said and done, homie. You hear me? And then don't let them go acquire Jalen Ramsey on top of that. Talk about icing on a cake on top of that, right? Huh? You hear me? Let's go, man. Period. What this dude got to say? What's his name is? Ari Marov. The Vikings did a great job this offseason addressing key weaknesses and building a more well-rounded roster. One of the main reasons they had one of my favorite off seasons. Much respect to Ari for keeping it real deal, no Holyfield, but shout out Holyfield, he is a boxing legend. The Vikings have one of the best collections of skilled players in the NFL, and they bolstered their lines, including an offense where second-year quarterback J.J. McCarthy is stepping in as the starter. Their defense was formidable last season. Side note, formidable with the lack of talent in certain position, especially in the trenches, interior. Let's not forget that part about it round yonder. Albeit with the far more proven collection of cornerbacks with Shaquille Griffin and Stephon Gilmore flanking Murphy. Let's go. Flores and company could have their work cut out for them to repeat their performance. Oh, it's always work cut out, Goofy. The NFL every year is different. It's never easy. It's always a battle, always a challenge, correct? We know the 411. We know the scoop, right? But at the end of the day, just like they could have their work cut out, so to say, they could also be a much better, much improved, much aligned defense at that as well. Huh? Last year, they were top 5 in some categories. This year, man, they could be top 5, top 4, 3, maybe even 2, 1 in every category across the board when it's all said and done and the smoke clears. Huh? Let's go. We know what Flo can do. We know what Flo can do when he start working and working. We know what he do, especially when he in his groove. Heavy. But great news for Mekhi Blackmon. Happy for the dude. Rooting for the dude. It's a real celebration, huh? Period, homie. And let's get it. Fire them comments up. Feedback is much appreciated. Let me know how you feel about the video. Let me know how you feel about the state of the Vikings. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell. Takes less than 1 second, right? Big SKOL here. SKOL Vikes, win, lose, or draw forever. Oh, yeah. We run the North. Believe it. Yeah.